Hi everyone, I'm back after a long time. So I'll be solving some Leetcode problems in this video. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen. Okay, so this problem is called find all numbers disappeared in an array. We are given an array and we need to return an array of integers that does not appear in nums. So, for example, here everything is continuous, but the numbers 5 and 6 do not appear. So, we need to return that number. So, let's write down what we already know. Then some numbers can appear multiple times also. Our goal basically is to return all the numbers in the range 1 to n that do not appear in nums. So we know that all values lie between 1 and n. So every value can map to an index in the array. So we can say that value is mapped to index. A brute force solution could be that for every number from 1 to n, like from start of the array to the end of the array, we are checking whether it exists in the array or not. If it exists, then we'll add it to the result. We need to find disappeared numbers, so we can check for every number and check which number does not occur and then return that. But this will be 2 loops, so time complexity becomes O of n square. An optimal approach would be to use the array itself to mark visited numbers. We know that mapping is already there from value to index. So when we see a number x, we can mark its value x and so on as visited. So to show you a walkthrough, imagine if we have input this nums, and first step would be to mark index. So we can say that num4 is mapped to mark index 3, and similarly for all. So this is n minus 1. Here you can see yeah, so this would look like this. Then from here, because of this, array becomes like, will negative, this will do the negative of this, so this will become -4, -3, -2, -7. But as this is already marked, we'll keep it as it is. In the end, we can say positive indices represent missing numbers. So we can say index 4, 5 is missing. Then index 5, so means 6 is missing. This is index 4. This is index 5. So our final result will become 5, 6, which is missing numbers. Let's code it out now. Okay, so let's try to code it now in Python. So what is something that we've been given? We have a list nums. So let's find out the length of nums. Then we'll mark numbers as visited. For num and nums, we'll first find the index. This would be absolute value of nums and then -1. So if this index is greater than 0, then we can make it negative, just like how we did here. Like we made it negative, right? Next, we will collect the missing numbers. Once we made it negative, all the ones which are positive are basically negative number. So let's define a result array, and then we'll iterate for I in range of n if nums of I, if the element specifically in this is positive. If it is positive, append it. We can do result dot append the increment of it. So index is 4, so +1 is missing. If index is 5, +1 is missing. That is why here I +1. Then we can return the result. You must be wondering why absolute value is used. Because absolute value would give us the positive numbers. Let's think about time complexity. passes over the array, which would be O of n plus O of n. In total, this will be O of n as well. When it comes to space complexity, we modify the array in place. So this is gonna be O of 1. But in summary, we can say that each number is in the range 1 to n, and it corresponds to an index in the array. So what I'm doing is I'm using the array as a marker by negating the value at index minus 1. After marking all the scene numbers, the indices that still contain positive values are the missing numbers. Okay, let's try seeing if we have any errors here. Submit it. Okay, good. Time for next question. Okay. Leetcode is basically for solving tech interviews. तो जब हम टेक इंटरव्यूज देते हैं कंप्यूटर साइंस में तो हमें एक प्रॉब्लम दिया जाता है और in there like we have to solve it using Python or any programming language. So I'm solving few questions Hey, I'm doing good. Sorry, been busy with my uh, classwork and assignments, and there's college break going on. So, yeah, I was also like kind of taking a break from this sessions. Okay, time for next question. Oh, this is for the University Fort Wayne. Problem is called assign cookies. So we need to assume that you are an awesome parent and we want to give our children some cookies, but we need to give each child at most one cookie. And each child has a greed factor, which is the minimum size of cookie. So if we have three children, then each of them has a greed factor of maybe two or three, and they want the cookie to be big enough of that size. So that is something which is written, which is the minimum size. Each child I has a greed factor gi, which is the minimum size of a cookie that the child will be content with, and each cookie j has a size s of j. If the size of cookie is bigger than the one he wants, then we can assign the cookie, we can give the cookie to the child. Basically, he wants a cookie which is this big, and if we give cookie which is this big to him, he'll be happy. Him or her, he'll be happy. He or she will be happy. So our goal is to maximize the number of happy children, like find or maximize the number of happy children and give the maximum number. So let's see the example. Our input is 1, 2, 3, and size of the cookie is 1, 1. So children 1 wants the gets the cookie of size 1, so he will be happy. But children 2 and 3 won't be happy because this is bigger than the cookie that they want. So you have three children, 1, 2, 3, and two cookies. The greed factor of three children are 1, 2, 3. And even though you have two cookies, since their size is both 1, you could only make the child whose greed factor is 1 content. So only this child will be happy because like only he has greed factor 1, and this matches the cookie which he's getting, but not these two people. In the example 2, we have the greed factor, two children, basically 1 and 2, and three cookies. One will be happy because one has a cookie he's getting, two will also be happy, but not like both of them will be happy basically because they're getting the cookie that they want or a bigger one. Yeah. Oh, you got time limit or I see. I'll try to. You have three cookies and their sizes are big enough to gratify all of the children. So we will output two. Okay, let's write what we have been given first. So we are given g of I, which is the greed factor of ith child, and which is the minimum cookie size needed. We also have s of j, which is the size of the jth cookie. The rules are each child can receive at most one cookie. Okay, wait, I need to shift somewhere further. Be back. Right. So we are given grade factor of ith child and size of the jth cookie. The rules are each child can receive at most one cookie, and also each cookie can be used only once. And according to the problem, a child will be happy only if the size of cookie he is getting, the size of cookie he is getting is larger than the cookie size of cookie, like let me write it like this: size of cookie is getting is larger than size of cookie he wants actually. Our goal is to return the maximum number of satisfied or happy children. So one observation is that to maximize satisfied children, we need to give smallest possible cookie that satisfies a child. Why? Because basically if we give large cookies to someone who wants smaller cookie, so in that way we are wasting our cookies. And not save them for greedier children. I think a brute force approach would be for every child we are trying all the cookies and then assign them one if possible. But imagine for every cookie we are assigning them and running two loops. So this is too slow for large inputs in worst case. An optimal strategy would be to sort grid arrays, like sort the array and then we can sort cookie sizes as well from increasing to decreasing. That is basically sorting smallest to the largest cookie size and also grading array size. Then I think we can use 2 pointers, one from each side, and then we can give the smallest cookie to the smallest grid child. Why sorting? Why are we using sorting? Because we are trying to satisfy children in increasing grid order. So the smallest grid child will get the smallest cookie. So basically what are we doing is, the logic is if a particular cookie satisfies the child, then we will assign it. Otherwise we'll move to the next cookie. Otherwise move to the next cookie. Next child. And otherwise, if cookie does not satisfy a child, then we can try a bigger cookie. Okay, so now after understanding the problem, we can write the code. एक फनी स्टोरी सुनाती हूँ. एक बार क्या हुआ था, यूट्यूब पे एक वीडियो थी. उस गाने का नाम था अंडे का फंडा, अगर सुना होगा तो. ठीक है, तो रैंडमली मैंने वो गाना बजाया. मुझे बहुत दिन बाद याद आया ना वो गाना, तो मैंने सोचा चलो सुनते हैं. और उस टाइम ना मैं एग्स कुक कर रही थी घर पे, तो मैंने बोला ये मस्त वाइब बैठेगा, मैं अंडा बनाती हूँ, एग्स बनाती हूँ अपने लिए. और मैंने वो गाना लगा दिया, ठीक है, साइड में. तो एग्स कुक करते करते मैं मस्त वो गाना सुन रही थी, अंडे का फंडा वाला. ठीक है, तो मैंने सोचा कि चलो थोड़ा यूट्यूब कमेंट्स पढ़ते हैं. इस वीडियो में तो इतने फनी कमेंट्स थे, मेरे दिमाग में आया कि मैं भी एक लिखती हूँ यूट्यूब कमेंट फनी वाला, तो मैंने बस लिख दिया उस वीडियो के नीचे, आई प्ले दिस सॉन्ग या फिर आई बिहेव लाइक दिस वाइल कुकिंग अंडा, नॉट इवन एग, मैंने राइट अवे अंडा ही लिख दिया। वो इतना फनी था। और अब मैं देख रही हूँ अपने यूट्यूब नोटिफिकेशन चेक कर रही हूँ, तो उसमें इतने लोगों ने लाइक करके रखा है उस कमेंट को, पता नहीं इसमें कुछ है भी नहीं। और इतना नॉर्मल सा कमेंट है, फिर भी लोगों ने लाइक कर दिया। हाँ, तो बस ये एक स्टोरी थी ऐसी। अभी मैं नोटिफिकेशन चेक की तो मुझे पता चला। चलो अब कोड करते हैं सॉल्यूशन। Intuition के लिए I would suggest you to read the concepts first from websites like Geeks for Geeks, or try solving on pen and paper, and then going back and forth with what I feel is drawing diagrams really helps me to build intuition, because you can visualize that in your mind. And before starting a problem, read the problem statement carefully, circle the important points of it. For example, when can I use sorting? When can I use hash map, heap maps? When can I map the index value pairs? Do I need a table for this? So if you solve more problems, you'll eventually find little patterns and start to connect the dots in between. So yeah, that might be helpful to build intuition, I feel. The the best thing that you can do is try solving with a friend or a teacher, and explain and read out loud your solving strategy. Hope that helps. Okay, so what are we given? We are given a list, two lists. One is greed factor of IHL and then size of jth cookie. So we need to find content children. So we will first sort both lists. Sort both. So we can write g dot sort, then s dot sort, and then child equal to 0. We will initialize first child and cookie both to 0. So while child is greater than length of g, like in the g, the greed factor is child is smaller than the greed factor, and cookie is also less than length of s. Then we will try to follow this logic. If cookie satisfies child, then give them that cookie, otherwise move to the next child. Otherwise, if cookie does not satisfy child, we can try a bigger cookie. So we can write if s of cookie is greater than equal to g of child, can increment child equal to child plus 1. Otherwise, we will do cookie equal to cookie plus 1. Then we can return child. Yeah, this is the code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 or 10 lines of code, I think. Let's think about the time and space complexity. So we are sorting using two pointers. So it's O of n plus m. space complexity can be O of 1 if it is in place. If sorting is in place. So in summary, I'm sorting both the grid factors and cookie sizes. Then I'm using pointers and trying to satisfy the least greedy child with the smallest available cookie. If the cookie is large enough, I assign it and move to the next child. Otherwise, I try the next larger cookie. This greedy strategy will ensure we maximize the number of satisfied children. So basically, this sort of pattern is called greedy matching pattern. So now we know a new pattern, greedy matching pattern. Let's see if we did this right. I'll submit it. Need to get my hot chocolate cup. आती है यार हिंदी मुझे, बट मैं इंग्लिश में ही सॉल्व करती हूँ, मुझे प्रैक्टिस करनी है. ये बड़ा ट्रिकी सवाल है। हाँ, मुझे नहीं पता भाई। चैट जीपीटी करो या जेमिनाई करो। आई थिंक वो भी नहीं करना चाहिए। आई मीन थोड़ा सीरियस प्रॉब्लम है। ओके, नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम देखते हैं। इतना आसान होता तो कितने लोग कर लिए होते। Oh, nice. All I think it's very popular now, AI, ML, tech. It's like मेरे टाइम नहीं होता था। कंप्यूटर साइंस था एंड नॉर्मल इंजीनियरिंग कोर्सेज थे इंडिया में। अब तो एआई बैचलर्स होंगे। और इवन मैं जहाँ से इंस्टीट्यूट वहाँ पे भी बीटेक एआई एमएल में आने लग गया अब। Well, but all the best to you. I hope you excel in whatever you do. Let's move on to the next. आज ही 12th पास की है, क्या बात है भाई, एंजॉय करो। नाइस। आई मीन मेरा 12th तो ओके ओके ही था उतना, मतलब उतना भी हाई अचीविंग नहीं था। आई वाज इन मोर इन द ओके रेंज। 10th अच्छा था मेरा। um, लेकिन मैं कॉलेज नहीं जाऊँगा। ओके, सो व्हाट आर योर प्लान्स लाइक? स्किल मैटर नाउ। आई आई स्टिल फील कॉलेज भी इम्पोर्टेंट होता है। सॉरी, मैं ऐसी चीज़ें प्रमोट नहीं करती। लीड कोड अभी करती हूँ स्टार्ट। नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम मैं देख रही हूँ कौन सा सॉल्व करूँ। हम्म, Okay, so I'll be okay. This problem is called island perimeter, and let's read this problem. We are given row x column grid, like a row by column grid, representing a map where grid of ij equal to 1 represents land. So if this box is 1, it will represent land, and if it is 0, then it will represent water. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. So each of these brown boxes represents a land and is grid of ij equal to 1. Grid cells are connected horizontally, vertically. Grid is completely surrounded by water, and there is exactly one island, one or more connected land cells. The island does not have lakes, meaning the water inside isn't connected to the water around the island. One cell is square with side length 1. The grid is rectangular, width and height don't exceed 100. We need to determine the perimeter of the island. So we need to find the perimeter. So let's see, the grid is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, and 1, 1, 0, 0. So here the output is 16. 16 will be perimeter. And similarly, it's the other two examples as well. So let's see. Um, Screen is black. Acha, I didn't realize. I thought it's streaming properly. I'll share my screen again. यार ये फिर ब्लैक हो जा रहा है. Okay, so this problem is island perimeter. Yeah, island, and all the land is marked as 1. All the water is marked as 0. We need to find the perimeter of this island, like this shape and more. So let's write what we are given. अरे यार इनकी हो गया था. Okay, back to the question. So we are given a grid where one represents the and zero represents water. Cells connect only horizontally, vertically, not diagonally. There is exactly an island. Island may have multiple connected land cells. Grid is surrounded by water. Our goal is to return the perimeter of island. Okay, so from the observation, we know each land cell consists of four edges, but when two land cells touch each other, they share edge. That shared edge should not be counted twice. It will be subtracted. So the rules are like for each land cell, say perimeter plus four because of four edges, I think. Whereas for each neighboring land cell, we need to subtract because we cannot add it twice. Perimeter equal to perimeter minus one. A brute force approach will be to identify the land using depth using depth first search or breadth first search. We can track the visited cells, also count the exposed edges. This is a little complicated and requires extra space for visited lands. Hmm. Okay, when I think of optimal approach, an optimal approach will be, instead of depth first search, simply iterate over the entire grid. When we see a land cell, which is basically 1, where grid of I and j is basically equal to 1, then add 4 to the perimeter. It is a neighboring land cell. We subtract 1 from perimeter. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is why answer is 16. Let's code it. What are we given? We are given a grid which is in the form of a list. Okay, so let's count the number of rows first. Rows will be length of grid. Columns will be length of grid of 0. Let's assign perimeter to 0 as well. So we can write for Rn range of rows, then for Cn range of columns, if grid of R and C is equal to 1, can write perimeter. Basically, if it's a land, then increment plus 4. And we can also check top. If row is greater than 0 and grid of, like top of the cell of R minus 1, comma column, like top row is equal to 1 is land, then we should do perimeter minus 1. Next we can check bottom. If R is less than rows minus 1 and grid of R plus 1 of C is equal to 1. And also we will do perimeter is perimeter minus 1. Check left. If column is less than 0 and grid of R of C minus 1 is also equal to 1, can still do perimeter equal to perimeter minus 1. then we can check, right? If C, then columns -1 and grid of R C plus 1 is equal to 1, then we get perimeter -1. And then in the end, finally, we can return the perimeter. Just think about the time complexity will be O of rows multiplied by columns as we scan the grid once. Space complexity O of 1 as no extra data structures used. So basically in this problem, each land cell contributes 4 edges to the perimeter. However, if two land cells adjacent, they share an edge, which should not count towards the perimeter. So while scanning the grid, basically whenever I encounter a land cell, I add 4 to the perimeter and subtract edges for each neighboring cell. Neighboring land cell. And basically this pattern is grid neighbor counting pattern. So I'm gonna submit it now. I think this will have time limit error or something. It's taking long. No. अरे यार कॉलेज का वाईफाई है भाई इतना टाइम क्यों लग रहा है मेरा कोड इतना स्लो है क्या कभी कभी टाइम लिमिट एरर भी थ्रो करता है मतलब तुम्हारे कोड अगर ऑप्टिमाइज नहीं है ना तो टाइम लिमिट एक्सीडेड भी करता है बट इंटरनेट का इशू है कि क्या है सर्वर तो नहीं डाउन हो गया नहीं नहीं सर्वर का कोई सीन नहीं है नेटवर्क एरर ब्रो काम करती हूँ, इसको कॉपी करती हूँ और एक बार रिफ्रेश करके डू इट। बाकी क्वेरीज तो बराबर चल रही है। आई एम अ स्टूडेंट। वाह, इंटरेस्टिंग। चेक। Some systems down. इनका आउटेज है, कुछ हो गया क्या? अरे भाई, इनकी वेबसाइट। अच्छा खासा सोल्यूशन लिख रही थी यार मैं। या मेरे ही एंड में हो रहा है? ओ नहीं, ये वापस आ गया। 2 सेकंड के लिए इनकी वेबसाइट डाउन हो गई थी। इट्स नाइस, एटलीस्ट एरे क्यू स्टैक्स भी तुम कर पा रहे हो तो those are like one of the most important concepts I feel. Because even I struggle with it sometimes, like stacks queues linked list तो भाई क्या बताएं। बट कर रही हूँ मैं भी प्रैक्टिस। नहीं नहीं, कॉलेज का इंटरनेट अच्छा है भाई, उसी के कारण तो मैं रह पा रही हूँ, मतलब कोई सहारा है फिलहाल। कुछ भी लैपटॉप से एरर का कोई रिलेशन नहीं है इधर। व्हाट इज रॉन्ग? वेट, कौन सा वर्जन इन्होंने वो करके रखा है भाई? इसलिए देखो, लीड कोड का पेज डाउन है, दिखाती हूँ। पता नहीं ये ऑथेंटिक है या नहीं, बट मुझे एक साइट मिली है, इसको बोलते हैं status.leetcode.com। अभी नेक्स्ट अपडेट, सम सिस्टम्स डाउन। कॉन्टेस्ट ऑपरेशनल है, लैंडिंग पेज इनका डाउन है और क्यूडी पेज भी डाउन है, इसलिए मेरा लोड ही नहीं हो रहा। अच्छा खासा सॉल्यूशन सॉल्व करी थी, कोई बात नहीं, आ जाएगा थोड़ी देर में। हेलो, वेयर इज फर्स्ट पार्ट? इट्स इन माय प्लेलिस्ट। अगर एकदम स्टार्टिंग में जाओगे देन यू विल सी पार्ट 1, पार्ट 2 एंड इट्स दिस इज पार्ट 21। अच्छा, ब्रेक हो गया, ऑपरेशंस डाउन है तो आ गया क्या वापस? आ गया आ गया आ गया। सी प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं आया। Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So they're currently filming something right now. Some staff and some student workers are. I just wanted to give you a heads up because the lights will be going off for a short, brief period of time, and you might hear some weird noises. So
Okay.
just a heads up.
Are they like shooting over here?
I think just around the stairs.
That's great. Okay.
Just a warning. Just a heads up.
Okay. Thank you. यहाँ पे कुछ तो वीडियो शूट कर रहे हैं इन लोग, कैंपस व्लॉगिंग, तो अंधेरा कर दिया। कहाँ गया मैं? कौन सा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रही थी? कुकीज वाला हो गया था। रेंज सम क्वेरी नहीं था, शॉर्टेस्ट वर्ड डिस्टेंस भी नहीं था, आइलैंड पेरीमीटर था। हाँ, आइलैंड पेरीमीटर। ओके, सो आई शेयर, आई थिंक उनका वेबसाइट आ गया वापस, इट्स बैक नाउ। सो लेट्स सबमिट माय सॉल्यूशन टू द आइलैंड पेरीमीटर। अरे मैंने नहीं लाइट ऑफ करा था, कॉलेज वालों ने किया था, कुछ वीडियो शूट करनी है, वापस करेंगे मुझे लगता है ऑफ। अपन अपना काम जारी रखेंगे चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए। ठीक है, तो ये था। अब मैं इसको सबमिट करती हूँ। सबमिट। Okay, next I'll solve another problem. I'm checking which one to solve. Mm, it seems their website is kind of down because everything's becoming slow now. And yeah, this is my first time facing a lead code outage since I started solving problems, it seems. Okay. Um, Next problem. Is it like okay? So I shifted to another problem. This is called relative ranks. Let's read the problem statement. You are given an integer array score of size n, where score of I is the score of ith athlete in a competition. All the scores are guaranteed to be unique. The athletes are placed based on their scores, where the first place athlete has the highest score, the second place athlete has the second highest score, and so on. The placement of each athlete determines their rank. So, for example, if the athlete is in first place, their rank is gold medal. If the athlete is in second place, their rank is silver medal. They're in third place, the rank is bronze medal. For the fourth place to the nth place athlete, their rank is their placement number. Our goal is to return an array answer of size n, where answer of I is the rank of ith athlete. So, uh, for example, the score array is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, output should be gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal, and then 4 and then 5. The placement becomes first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If the score is 10, 3, 8, 9, 4, then it's gonna become uh which one's this is, I think, the minimum, right? This guy will be has the maximum score, so he will be in the first position, so he will receive a gold medal. He'll be in the fifth position, so 5. This will be in the third position, so a bronze medal. This will be silver medal, and this will be fourth, fourth position. Okay, kinda understood the problem. No, I'm not doing from Stiver's list. I'm just like, I went to Leetcode's filter menu and then filtered by array problems for now. So now let's write down what all we know already. He given a scope of I or of the ayatapale. The highest score by gold medal. Second highest will receive silver medal. Third highest receive bronze medal. Building athletes rank number as well. Our goal is to return answer of by just the rank of the ayatapale. So, for example, if our input is score 3, 8, 9, 4, suppose it's this array. First, we will sort it, sort it score. Before sort it, so it becomes 10, 9, 8, 4, 3. So, according to this, now the medal will give out the medal. So, ranking will be like the 10th guy will get gold medal, another guy will get silver medal, this guy will get bronze medal, and then this will get 4, then this will be 5. So this will be the rankings if we are sorting. But now we need to map back to their original positions. So that's gonna be that when we map them back, so we go in middle, then we'll get 5 because this is at 5, right? This will become bronze medal. Zero, then 4. So the key idea here is that we need to sort our scores and send an email. And then after sorting, we can determine the rank based on position. We can then map the rank back to the original index. To do this, we can score comma index pairs. A brute force approach will be that for each uh, how, how many scores are higher than their rank is count plus 1. This can be the brute force because in brute force we are excluding for each attribute. Count is the number of score of I. But here we are comparing every pair. Not good for large input size. Normal rows, next. We pair scores with analysis. Scores, index, can sort and the sample element. Assign ranks based on sorted position, and then can store result using the original index. So if we had to write the algorithm, we will first create a list of score index, and then we can sort descending by score. We can traverse sorted list. Then we have to put the result the original index. Okay, so this is the idea that I have in my mind for now. ये प्रॉब्लम के बाद I'll go for a hot chocolate break. So I'm typing import list. So we are given score list and will be length of score. Result will be empty list. Athletes will maps in score and index. Score I, I for I in range of n. This will be athletes dot sort. We first sort it and then as parameters pass reverse equal to true. So we'll then iterate through the app for I, comma index, and let's traverse to the entire athlete array. And then if our index is 0, if our index is 0, then the result idx will be gold medal. If I equal to 1, then result of index is silver medal. Then similarly for others as well. If I is then bronze medal, its result of idx will become string of I plus 1, and then finally we can return the result. Let's think about the time complexity. The time complexity, because we are doing sorting and indexing both. So this is gonna be O of n log n. Sorting, and when it comes to space complexity, it's gonna be O of n. So we are storing result array and pair list. So overall in general what I'm doing is I'm pairing each score with its original index and sorting the pairs in descending order. order of this code. Then I'm iterating through the sorted list and assigning ranks based on position. Gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal, or the numeric rank. Finally, I am storing rank in the result array using the original index. So the output matches the original order. This pattern is sorting plus index mapping.
Lights maybe go on and off. We're filming something.
फिर से लाइट जाने वाली है, फिर से लाइट जाएगी भाई। कुछ तो वीडियो शूट कर रहे कॉलेज वाले। Okay, let me try and submit this one. Wrong answer. ये रिटर्न नहीं हो रहा है। Okay, interesting. यहाँ पे else डालना पड़ेगा, elif नहीं, I think else, और ये हटाना पड़ेगा। हाँ ठीक है, करते हैं।
We're good? Yep. All right, I'll have her
Okay.
fill the lights.
Submit. Nice. Now I'm going for a coffee, hot chocolate break. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Back up to fourth?
Yes.
All right. Hello. No, we can edit. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can say right now, and the computer. Yeah, I did.
It's 1 o'clock.
कितने प्रॉब्लम्स हो गए? एक और कर लेती हूँ फिर ये लॉग एंड। So this problem is a new one. Okay. So we are given an integer array nums of 2 and integers group. We need to group this integer into n pairs such that the sum. Okay, wait, let me check if it's visible first. Yeah, it is. We need to return the maximum sum. So for example, your input is nums 1432. Output is 4 because all possible pairings are 1, 4, 2, 3. Minimum is 2, then 1, 3, 4, 2 is 3, and then 1 is the 1, 4. So the maximum possible sum is 4. Maximal pairing is 2, 1, 2, 5, 6, 6. Minimum of all is 9. We are given an array nums, 9 integers. We must divide the array into n pairs, like divided like a1, b1, a2, b2, all the way up till an, bn. For each pair, the value will be minimum of ai and bi. Our goal is to maximize sum. Minimum of ai and then bi. So for example, if your input nums is 1, 4, 3 and 2, then possible pairing 1 will be 1, comma 4, and then 2, comma 3. For this, minimum sum is 1 plus 2 equal to 3. Next is pairing 2, which is 1, comma 3, comma 2, comma 4. In here, the minimum sum is 1 plus 2. There can be another pairing. This can be 1, 2, then 3, comma 4. Here, the minimum sum is plus 3 equal to 4. Among all these, the maximum sum is. So the key insight here is that to maximize the sum of minimums. We should avoid pairing smaller numbers, very large numbers. We can pair close together after solving. A brute force approach we to solve the array where consecutive numbers and then add the smaller number of each pair and get the final max sum. This is the brute force approach. No, actually, this is the optimal approach. Brute force will be like will be to try all possible pairings. Where this will be 2n factorial. So let's write the code. We are given a input nums list. And let's first sort it out. Nums.sort. Declare total equal to 0. For I in range 0 comma length of nums. Skip stop step. Total equal to total plus nums of I, incrementing the total, and we return the final sum maximum. Here we are doing this because we want every second max x 0. When we do this, what we are doing is basically we have nums equal to 6 2 6 5 1 2. Step 1 would be sorting. So after sorting, nums become 1 2 2 5 6 6. This is after sorting. Next step will be pairing. So this will pair 1 comma 2 2 comma 5 and then 6 comma 6. So we paired it. Step 3 would be some minimums. So this will be like 1 plus 2 plus. In this the minimum is 1. In this the minimum is 2. And then this minimum is 6. So answer becomes 9. Let's think about time complexity. As we are sorting also, sorting is taking O n log n. Summation is taking O n. So the total becomes O of n log n. is complexity is O of 1. So we are in this problem basically to maximize the sum of minimums in pairs, sort the array and pair the features and elements. The smaller element in each pair will always be the first element after sorting. So I sum elements at even indices. This pattern is basically greedy sorting pattern. Okay, let's try and submit it now. I think one round has TSA even for data science or ML interviews, so that's like necessary. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I solved 5 problems. Now I have some other work to finish for work and assignments to do, so I'll be doing that. But this is all for today. Thank you all for joining, whoever came. Thank you so much. And hope you are very healthy and have a nice day or night ahead. Where are you? Wherever you're joining from. Okay, bye. See you guys. Have a nice day.